I'm giving it all she's worth, but I'm not catching up and passing him. He's matching my pace at the very least. Well, looks like we're all filled up again. Hope another truck gets back here soon. We're keeping this old boy humping here on the grain cart, going back and forth. He's gonna have to catch up on all his TikToks at home tonight. Ready for another day. Now I'm ready for another long day of follow the leader. I cannot express how much fun I'm having, especially today because we just got in probably the biggest field I've ever been in. I think there's like 110 acres in this field, and that's bigger than any field I've got. They tell me it's nice long straight runs, and we'll be over here a little while, but both of us together, we ought to be able to make pretty dang quick work of it, especially the way that wind's blowing. That wind's howling today. And then once we get away from the inroads here, it looks like it's going to be some pretty dang good beans out there, better than what we was cutting on yesterday. Even though the beans yesterday really surprised me. They didn't look good, but they were yielding a lot better than they looked. Now, I'm not going to say what they're yielding, you know, it ain't my business to say what somebody else is yielding, but I was surprised on how well they were doing. Yeah, because this wind, we getting an early start, but heck, we could have started an hour ago, but because, you know, he's having to haul them to the seed buyer, you know, we had everything loaded up, including the grain buggy last night. You know, I had to wait and get some empty trucks. Had to wait and get some empty trucks out here this morning. I'll tell you one difference I noticed between that 8250 and this 7120 that I really wasn't expecting, kind of surprised me, is I think this 7120 might be significantly lighter than what that combine is, because there's some muddy places out here. They had issues when they was cutting wheat, and I think they had to come in and do some tillage to smooth some ruts up after wheat harvest. And in those places, you know, we made several passes like this side by side, and that combine's been sinking down in the ground in the wet spots quite a bit more than what this one does. This one seems like it's been floating on top of the ground quite a bit better, and I wouldn't have thought that. I figured that they were pretty much close to the same weight because all the internals and everything is about the same. His grain tank's a little bit bigger, and he might have been hauling a little bit more grain. That might have count for the difference. We got the same tire package and everything, so really kind of surprised. But you know, mine's been leaving some cleat marks, but other than one or two places, you know, it really hadn't been leaving any kind of ruts that would need, you know, be smoothed out before he plants it next spring. Well, another big difference is these two combines is grain tank size, because mine's a kind of a narrow body combine. The grain tank is a little smaller. I think mine's rated for like 315 bushels, and I think that 8250, it's got at least a 350 bushel grain tank. Might be close to a 400 bushel grain tank, I don't remember, but I'm spilling over the top, and he's still cutting. I mean, he was cutting around the edge, which was lower yielded, but I was cutting the sprayer tracks, which was also a little bit lower yielding. And what we got here, we got a Brant 1020 grain cart, and I was asking Jordan about it this morning, and I really like it. He likes it too, but I like how long it is. Gives you a lot bigger window to unload in, especially when you're unloading on the go. Of course, it's probably about 150 bushel more capacity than mine. When I do upgrade, I'd like to upgrade to like at least 1,050, maybe 1,100 bushel cart. So that particular model might be a little bit smaller than what I want to upgrade to, but I like the looks of it. I like the design, and Jordan said they was quite a bit cheaper than, you know, comparable J&M or Brent or any of the other popular ones. I say he's able to get all the way over there, and it looks like he got a pretty big bubble in the top there. That's how much farther he's able to get with a bigger grain tank than what I was. Let's see if he can get unloaded before I get caught back up there now. Well, I just got done unloading, and my side shield popped loose, and I thought I caught a whiff of smoke, and sure enough, oh, it is. We always have fire every single year in this area. Yeah, let me get the big stuff off. I don't want to blow sparks all over it. Like I got it all. We'll make a couple rounds. I'll get back down here and check it. Man, I thought I'd gotten lucky this year, gone all year without a fire, but this time of year, double crop soybeans, every single year I've had a fire in that place. Problem is, you get wind blowing like this, you get all this dry chaff, and get just a little bit up on top of the turbocharger, and then the engine fan, you know, blows that spark where it's not on turbocharger, blows it, and it lands on that side, and where the batteries are right there, it's a ledge, and a lot of dust collects. And you know, I just blew off the combine first thing this morning. You know, we cut 3 binfuls, and already, I mean, there was a, you know, you saw it, there's a layer that thick on top of the battery, and it blows that spark down there. And luckily it's never, you know, like gone up in flames, but it'll sit there and it'll smolder, and I mean, it sure enough got hot, and I don't like that on top of the battery, but it happens every single year. Just got fortunate that my shield just happened to pop loose, and I got down and I smelled it before it got bad. Man, I thought I gotten lucky this year, gone all year without a fire. You know, I made sure my combine was blown off good every single day, and well, I did today, and you know, we haven't been cutting an hour, and she already caught on fire. Hopefully that's the last one, though. I don't know if you can see on the other side of the buggy there, but we got my truck and trailer out here. We got all his stuff loaded up, all 3 trucks, and we're just sitting here waiting because the dump pit is so slow where he's taking them. It's like almost a 3-hour round trip per truck, and me and that 8250 is pumping out bushels a lot quicker than that. So we brought mine up here for a stopgap, just so we can keep the combines running today. I'll just go ahead and apologize in advance if this is a little bit lower quality video than what y'all are used to, you know, with all the extra shots, you know, and having to show more of in-cab, me talking. And the simple fact is, I mean, we both blowing and going, running this thing as hard as I can. I'm on unfamiliar fields, and I've had the chance to fly the drone once so far. And you know, like right now I could be flying it now, but I'm cutting here, he's cutting over there, and just wouldn't make good shots for us together. Just hadn't had an opportunity to really do a lot of filming with us together. You know, my first priority, help Jordan get as many of these beans out as quickly as possible so we can get done, rather than stopping the combine, you know, get the drone set up, taking off, and everything like that. So I know this video might not be up to my usual standards. I apologize about that, but I'm doing the best I can right now. I never thought that cutting beans at 6.5 miles an hour would feel slow, but when you've been in a nice big field like this for a couple hours, running 6.5, it's kind of gotten to where it seems like it's slow. Whereas if I'd been doing this in my fields last week, I feel like I was going warp speed. We're getting acres knocked out quickly though. I bet we're getting every bit of 30 to 35 acres per hour knocked out easily. Yeah, probably more than that, because on this farm I'm averaging 20 acres per hour myself, and you gotta think that 8250 over there, he's doing at least that, if not more. Well, looks like we're all filled up again. Hope another truck gets back here soon. Made it just in the nick of time here. We're keeping this old boy humping here on the grain cart, going back and forth. He's going to have to catch up on all his TikToks at home tonight. Almost full again. Yeah, I just called Kelly, asked her if she'd come up here and get our truck. Kelly's never been to the Halls plant where they're delivering, so she really doesn't feel comfortable driving our truck all the way down there. And Jordan could drive it, but he's kind of like me. He absolutely despises borrowing somebody else's equipment. He said as soon as he gets in my truck, probably all 18 wheels will probably fall off, which, you know, when I borrow people's stuff, you know, sometimes that seems to happen. And you know, he detests operating other people's equipment, and I can't blame him for that. So what Kelly's going to do to keep us running is she's going to take our truck back to our grain bins, and we got the loadout bin empty, and it'll hold probably around 1900 bushels, and then bring the truck back out here. So that'll keep us running for a little while longer, hopefully give Jordan's trucks a chance to get unloaded at the seed buyer and get on back to where both these combines ain't got to stop, because it's absolutely prime cutting conditions right now. And I don't know if we get done today. I don't think we got enough storage capacity to do that, but we can get mighty close, I believe. But as soon as I say that, 8250 came out from behind the tree line back there, and he got a big old bubble. I'm giving it all she's worth, but I'm not catching up and passing him. He's matching my pace at the very least. Boy, he just filled that buggy up to where it's almost spilling off the sides. He's probably still got half a load in his combine, if I had to guess. We don't like too much more on this 120 acre block, however many acres is in here. We about to get her wrapped up. He's got a few more rounds, and we've got this farm done, and we'll be moving on to the last farm. I tell you what, I didn't think we was capable of covering as much ground as we had, but we have absolutely been rolling. We have kept Jordan's 3 trucks running, plus we've kept Kelly running. We filled our loadout bin up, which is 1900 bushels, plus we got my truck loaded up again. We got no place to go with it. I'll probably haul it off in the morning, plus Jordan's 3 trucks. We've been getting the job done. That's about all I can say. Sun's going to be setting soon. Jordan thinks when his other trucks get back, we'll have enough capacity, I guess, to get finished up. So that might be what we try to get done today. We got I think we got, I don't know, about 65, 70 acres on that last farm. It's kind of cut up and terraced, so we're not going to be able to cover the ground like we've been doing on this farm, but should still be doable. I mean, heck, we cut about 65 acres last night after the sun set. So it'd be nice if we get done in 2 days rather than having to go into that 3rd day. We getting a super early start this morning here. And this is a farm that's really no stranger to me, even though it's been a long time since I've been on it. This is another farm we used to work, well, specifically I used to work. Back in 2002, right after I graduated from college, came back to work on the farm with my dad. This farm came up for rent, and my dad wanted me to have my own piece of ground and you know, start working it myself. And this farm right here was that one, and I worked it until, I don't know, 2009, 2010, and then the landlord that owned it sold this farm to somebody else, and they wanted Jordan to work it, which is fine, you know, that kind of stuff happens. But last time I was on this farm, I was not in this combine. I was on my old 1660 combine. Don't remember the crop we last grew on it, but I'm pretty familiar with this farm. And when I was farming it, we had about 50 acres of crop, and then it had like 10 or 15 acres of CRP in it. Well, it's now come out of CRP, so the whole farm is being cropped. So I think we got on somewhere 65, 70 acres over here. You know, whenever I was working this farm, you know, of course it was my only farm. I think I usually had it broke up into like 2, sometimes 3 different crops. Trying to figure out how to farm myself. But anyway, I'm hoping we make pretty quick work of this farm. You know, get it done in a couple of hours. You know, be done before lunchtime easily. And then I've got a load of beans for Jordan that's in my truck that I've got to haul off, because we filled up my loadout bin and we got my truck filled back up again. So get those hauled off down to hauls, and then hopefully get this thing backed up behind the shop and get it blown off super good and ready for the wash pad. And I tell you, there's so I noticed another difference, not in the combines, but that header he's running. He's running I think it's a MacDon 235 Flex Draper, whereas my Draper, even though it's branded CaseIH, it's also a MacDon header, but it's a lot earlier model. It's equivalent to an FD70. And one thing I've noticed difference in those headers is it looks like that new FD235, when you get in terraces and trying to cut the bottoms of it, it's got a whole lot more wing flex, with the wings being able to curl up, whereas mine, when I get in a terrace, it's got a little bit of wing flex up, but not much. And I mean, you leave some beans in the bottom of the terrace, but that one he's running, I noticed where he's cut terraces, like it's doing a job that this one definitely can't do. I don't know what they redesigned on the linkage or the wings to let those wings, you know, curl up some, but I'm definitely jealous of that aspect. My Draper, it does a good job of letting the wings drop down. It's got plenty of flexibility that way, but with the wings going up, it's got very, very little flexibility. Oh, grain car's gonna get filled up in a hurry, no time doing it this way. Well, this is it right here. Just about got this farm done. A couple more passes. All right, Jordan just told me they got like 60 acres left, but it's like a 25-minute ride by truck, so you'd be looking at probably at least an hour and a half with the combine here. So he says they can get done today without any problem with that one combine, so ain't no sense in me roading this thing all the way down there. So I'm gonna drop my header, and then I got one load of beans in my truck need to haul off. So I'll bring you back when we get down to the seed plant, give you a quick overview of what it looks like over there. I'm off to Hurt Seed Company hauling this load of beans that we filled the truck up with yesterday. Going to get them dumped, because I've got no other place to dump them. We filled our load up being up yesterday, and I think I got pretty much a full load behind me. So we got about a 45-minute drive ahead of us to the big town of Halls, Tennessee, and I'll bring you back then and show you around a little bit. All right. guys find out where I'm supposed to go over here. It's been quite a few years since I've been over here. Back when we were growing cereal rye for seed for them, for you know, cover crop seed, we hauled over here, but I think we hauled to a different side of this plant over here. So let's see if I can go find the right scale to pull on to. Yeah, I think I remember their cover crop division. We went right over here and dumped over here. I think the Hertz place is this right up here on the right. All right, we got Wade, and I'm looking for pit 3, which I believe it's right there. What Jordan tells me, it's a pretty slow process because they're using a slow belt conveyor or whatever. So it take 30 minutes on the truck or whatever. So I brought my last ham sandwich of the year, so I reckon I'll enjoy it while we're getting the beans dumped. But yeah, I mean, they got bins everywhere. Over there, got these. Got bins over there, and I think and then they got some more on the other side of the scale house where I come from. I'd be curious to know how many seed varieties they handle over here. All these bins, they can handle quite a bit. I just got unloaded, going back and find the scale again. Way empty, make tracks for Mason Grove. Man, look at all that cotton out there. Right across the, on the other side of these buildings, they got a Hall's Gin Company. I'm guessing right out there is where they store all their cotton waiting to be ginned. And I don't think I've ever seen that much cotton in one place at one time. And they're still bringing more in right there. I have absolutely no idea how many round bales of cotton are out there, but if I had to guess, they're probably between 1,000 and 2,000 round modules of cotton out there. I know the gin that we use, the one there in Humboldt, I think they're getting pretty close to getting wound up for ginning cotton for the year. But it looks like Hall's Gin Company, they're going to be ginning cotton well on into December there. Well guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that encore video or videos to harvest. Now I can say that harvest is officially over, and tonight I believe I'm just going to go home and crash and enjoy the first Friday night at home in a long time. Before I do that, I gotta get old Big Red ready for the wash pad. I probably got a good 3 hours of blowing it off real good, getting it ready to get cleaned up and put away for the winter. You know, here for the last 3 days, I've really enjoyed helping Jordan out. It's almost been like a vacation, just go work for somebody else. And all I got to do is just do my one job and not have to worry about, you know, actually running and managing the business and everything. It's really been an enjoyable experience, and every time I get a chance to help him out or somebody else out, I really jumped at the opportunity. You know, gives me an opportunity to unwind a little bit myself, but you know, also learn a thing or two, because not every operation does everything the same way, and might pick up on a trick here or there. So I know he really appreciates the help, and I'm pretty sure he'll be breathing a sigh of relief tonight whenever he's home, knowing harvest is done also. So I was able to help him out this year. Next year might be the opposite, might need his help get done. So anyway guys, appreciate y'all watching. Don't know what's going to be next. We'll bring you back with something though.